can exes, if we dated, can we be friends? There's a reason why I wanted to talk about this topic because it's something that has been posed to myself as well. It's got me thinking, like, can exes be friends? And I wanted to have a candid conversation with everybody in the YouTube world and on my podcast. I know I have not been around for the last couple of weeks, and for that, I do apologize. I did want to talk about this topic, like, can exes be friends? And if this is something that you have done, or if you have considered or are considering because you have recently broken up or ended a relationship and you're debating if y'all can be friends, y'all, please, like, leave a comment below. Or if you've tried it and it worked, it didn't work, y'all share y'all knowledge in the comment section below because I would love to hear your opinions. Now, if this is the first time to my channel, y'all, I am Vee Mindful. I'm a relationship coach and published author. And on this channel, y'all, we talk about everything related to relationships. So that goes from dating all the way to the end of a relationship and starting something new, right? And of course, we also talk about sex and intimacy on this channel. All right, now to the topic at hand. Can two people who dated, and I don't mean just went on a couple of dates, y'all, because that to me is just, we canceling each other out. Look, we figured, y'all, we just better off as friends and this relationship ain't gonna cut it. I'm talking about two people who spent a lot of time together. I'm talking about two people who were very intimate with each other, had a real relationship with each other that spanned over a few years. Can they go from no longer to friends? Okay. I'm going to give my opinion. And again, I would love for y'all to share your opinions in the chat. My opinion is, of course, the answer is it depends. What does it depend on, V? Now, I will say I have done this before. I've done this twice in my former relationships. One was a marriage. But here's the reason why I chose the friendly route. I felt like I had no choice. We had children together. I have shared on this channel before, my former ex, not my ex-husband, but my former ex was tragically killed when my children were 6 and 3 years old. And when we decided that we were not going to be a couple any longer, we were engaged. Uh, Unfortunately, life took its toll, and the person he did start dating, allegedly, all of a sudden he started dating this chick and stuff starts to go left and right, left, more left than right. I will say he and I were friends. I genuinely loved him. I loved him a whole lot. And again, we were able to be friends because we shared some humans in common. And I felt like that was the best route to go, right? Like, why have mommy and daddy not be friends, right? That doesn't make any sense to me. We shared a family. So if we're going to be at soccer games, football games, and everything in between, it just made sense for us to be friends, right? That makes sense. I then, after his death, I did get married. I got married a year after his death. And I know a large part of that was the man I did marry. We were friends first. And he was my frat brother. We got along, we hung out, we did what friends do. We go out, right? We were clubbing. This was in our 20s, y'all. We was clubbing and all this stuff. And when I tragically lost my ex, who was not my partner at the time, again, because he was dating somebody else at the time. I feel like my ex-husband felt like he had to step up, which he did. And you know what? And I respect that about him. I really do. Despite our relationship, he stepped up. We got married. We had our family. He adopted the children, period. When we got divorced 12 years later, were we friends? Yes. I chose to stay his friend. Why? Again, we had children. We had children together. Not only the two that he adopted, but I then additionally had another son. So I have 3 sons. Sometimes may not have a choice but to be friends. Like sometimes I feel like you have no choice if you have children together. It's in the best interest of the whole unit for 2 people to get along. Now I know that's not always possible. Trust me, been there, done that. With that same ex I was just talking about, the ex-husband. Been there, done that, but that was never my thinking. I just think two people should try to get along. And you know what? Let me just say, I don't blame people who would want to be my friend, y'all. Y'all got to have that type of energy. I'm a cool person. I'm a good person. I'm not the vindictive type of person where I'm going to go after you. I'm not an ugly person, right? And I mean on the inside, right? I'm not a mean spirited person. I'm fun. I'm funny. So I don't blame anybody who would want to be cool with me, right? Let me just be honest. But I do believe there has to be boundaries about having a friendship with somebody that you dated. So when do I think you shouldn't be friends? If y'all don't have any property together, if y'all don't have any children together, my question to anybody who's considering still being friends with an ex, my question would be, what would be the purpose? Right? To me, there would have to be a purpose. Because me personally, I don't go around calling everybody my friend. I legit have three good girlfriends. Despite our arguments, despite our ups and downs, I still, at the end of the day, still have three good girlfriends that I've had for 40 years, right? That's a friendship. Somebody that I used to date, I could be cool with you. Absolutely. I will not wish this demise on you. I will not wish destruction or anything to come your way. But friends, so my thing, okay, let's define what a friendship is. To me, friends hang out. To me, friends are open and honest with each other. To me, I'm not going to hide my friends from whomever I'm dating. If the man I'm dating has an issue with my friends, then do I keep that friend? No, because if he has a friend, and y'all, I've talked about this on my channel. If he has a female friend that he used to date, and I mean in a serious relationship, would I want him to still be friends with her? I think it's got to be some boundaries here. If we're friends, right, and if she's your friend, then I should meet her too. I feel like if we're together and you have a good if you have a good friend who you used to date, right, I should meet her. Just like if I'm with my person and I have an ex who is a friend, I feel like my person should know who that friend is. I feel like everything needs to be out on the open in order to have a friendship. If it's not out in the open and we're not doing dinner dates together, we're not going to shows together as friends, your couple, your new partner, my new partner, and the four of us, like, are we friends? No. I feel like that's not friendship. I do feel like this before you make a decision as to who you want or choose, because it's completely your choice to be your friend, you need to ask, do you feel like sharing your energy? Do these people still need access to you? Especially like me. Look, I'm a cool ass chick. I'm gonna just yeah. Okay, I'm kissing my own booty cheeks. But I'm saying is you got to know what value you bring, and you got to ask yourself, why do they want to be my friend, right? Because if we really wanted to be like this, if we were like this, our relationship would have worked, right? I feel like the relationship would have worked better. I feel like how the relationship was and how the relationship ended is going to determine if I even want to be your friend or not. Because did we actually have a friendship? Did I feel emotionally validated? Did I feel emotionally heard? Were you my true strong support network when we were a couple? Did you value me when we were together? Right? Or did you just like my energy? Because if you just liked my energy, don't that to me is somebody just want to steal your vibe and your energy from you, right? I get that. I would look for real. I would love to continue to be my friend too, right? Y'all got to have that type of air about yourself. But if the relationship wasn't serving me in such a way to where I felt like I was being appreciated as your friend, I was being considered, I was being prioritized as your friend, why would I want to still be somebody's friend? Right? So please, y'all, before y'all sit here and say, oh, well, we can be friends now, can we? I don't think we can date anymore, but I would love to be your friend. I mean, should you be my friend? Why? Honestly, why? I don't think you have to be friends with any and everybody. You could be cool. Don't get me, don't, I'm not saying go around and create voodoo dolls of people and be like, die, die, die. I'm not saying any of that. All I'm saying is where, consider who you are, consider where you are in your life. And just because they were part of your past doesn't mean they have to be a part of your future. And they could be a large part of your past. Okay. It doesn't mean they deserve a seat at the table of your life. Right. And let's be honest, to have access to me, to have access to my energy is a privilege that I do not give to everybody. Right. And I need everybody to have that air about themselves, because if we were together and we dated, did you take advantage of that access that you had to me? Right? Did you value the access that you had to me? Or did you take it for granted? Would you want to be friends with somebody who took your energy and the vibe and the love that you brought to a relationship? Would you want to be friends with somebody who took all of that for granted? And if the answer is no, you don't owe anybody shit. Let's be honest. You don't owe anybody your loyalty. You don't owe anybody your time. You have to say it is a privilege to know me. It is a privilege to have access to me. It is a privilege, okay, to even be in my vicinity, right? Because my energy is not shared with everybody. And if you don't feel that somebody is deserving of your energy, your time, the value that you bring to a connection, a relationship, then y'all, you have answered your own question. You don't need to be friends with an ex just because y'all shared all types of secrets and moments and intimate moments together for several years. You don't owe anybody a damn thing, right? Especially, and then let me also add this layer in there. Especially if they have moved on and you have moved on to somebody that more aligns with you, why would you go backwards? Why would you keep a foot in the past when you're going to the future? Right? I just, I honestly thoroughly believe everybody doesn't need to have access to you. At least once a month, I am hosting webinars, right? These are free webinars that I encourage you to attend. And each month we have different topics that we talk about. Whether, the October ones we're going to talk about don't get ghosted, y'all. But at the end of the day, I want to have these webinars where I'm talking to people like you. So please sign up so that I could touch base more on a one-on-one basis with you. You can leave comments in there. You can ask questions. Again, sign up below. There's a link in the description below for you to access the webinar or sign up for the webinar. Y'all, I will be back here on a regular basis. I appreciate the comments, the continued comments. I appreciate those who have reached out to me on IG asking, "Where the hell you at, V?" I am here. I am here, and thank you so much, so much for your patience, y'all. Until next time, y'all, take care of yourselves.